Hey guys, Moran Pober here, and today I'm going to share with you how I was able to basically start from scratch around 2 months ago, and now to a point where we have 5 million in EBITDA under contract and probably more than 300 million in revenues in our pipeline of companies that want to join us as soon as we finalize this one. So I want to share with you kind of like what this Rollup can look like and how you can join something like that or start your own. So just to give you a bit of a background, so in a nutshell, what got me excited to get started with this is the fact that as part of acquisitions.com, we supported 100 plus acquisitions in the last 3 years, including a Rollup in the Amazon FBA e-commerce space that's already doing around 200 million in revenues. And it took it less than 2 years to get there. Combine that with the fact that a good friend of mine / mentor who took like 8 companies public on Nasdaq, took another one public this November, a company that he started around 3 years ago, that's already doing around 100 million in revenues, pretty much following the playbook of what we're doing in acquisitions.com, bigger deals and taking it public right away. So the idea is to follow that playbook and see if we can do a bit of a case study for you guys. And I'll try to share, especially if you guys like that, let me know in the comments below if you want me to share that, on what a roll-up can look like from zero to, who knows, maybe even taking it public sooner than later. Most companies never reach $1 million in revenues. If we could do something bigger and take it public on Nasdaq, that'll be, I think, my biggest achievement, and just the impact that I could create after doing that by showing you guys what's possible, and then exponentially growing our community of doing more and more of those roll-ups could get me super excited. So let me share with you how we got that 4/5. It's going to probably company going to end up with 5 million in EBITDA until end of the year. How we started that, and also what next steps going to look like. And I'll share with you in a nutshell what the steps are. So in a nutshell, we're buying companies at around 3 to 5 times EBITDA. The deal we have right now, so it's a company that we saw them doing they're going to end up probably at 4 to 5 million a year. We're buying them for 12 million purchase price. And let me share with you the structure, and you'll see why we're doing that. So with this deal, we're paying 50% cash and 50% shares of basically the holding company that we have, right? So the idea and the reason that he was able to and willing to accept such a smaller deal is because he understands that 50% shares can, over time, if now this worth 3 times, let's say multiples, the 50% shares that are going to roll over to the back end and grow with us as a group of a company that's growing by acquisition and doing a roll-up could be worth anywhere between 3 to 10 times the same amount. So if you got paid 6 million right now, assuming we're doing everything well and obviously going to execute well, and nothing is guaranteed, obviously it's a risk, being in business is risk, but assuming that we're going to execute and do well, that 6 million in 50% shares that you're going to have could be worth 60 million in the next 3 to 5 years. And that's the reason that he was willing to do that. Plus, he's going to stay with us and manage the business and run it. That's what we're looking for, at least in our first deals. We're looking for companies that are owners that are willing to stay with us, and basically we want to make sure that there is alignment and incentivize for them to help us grow the holding company. And then we know that, they're not just trying to take their money and run away as soon as possible, like a lot of business owners are. In terms of structure, we're going to probably go up to 70% cash at closing, but we want to see owners roll over at least 30% of equity of shares. So that's what it's going to look like. What else you need to know? Why we're paying? So like I said, we're going to pay 3 to 5 times multiples, and it's basically going to be determined based on the quality of the business. So the more recurring revenue the business got, the better they're worth. The better margins they have, the better they're worth. The better clients they have, the better they're worth. Like some of the clients that business got right now are like top firm. So that's the idea in a nutshell. For you to get going on something like that, I mean, yeah, you either got to have your own business and join something like that. The beauty is that most small business owners don't have access to liquidity, at least at those kind of numbers, with the opportunity to stay in the business. Like a lot of business owners really love their business. They just want to be part of something bigger. They want to work on bigger things. They want to work with people like them. They want to work with like-minded people. They want to be part of a community of like-minded people. And that's what we allow with those roll-ups, right? Because we provide cash. They can take 50% or 70% of the existing value of the business in cash that they could, go and buy a second home or pay their mortgage or do whatever they want with, or go and invest it in more secured assets. Plus, they have the opportunity to stay with the business and see it growing in value 5, 10x in the next few years, and their net worth and their employees' net worth, because we're going to create an option pool for employees. So you got to have your own business to join something like that. right? So your business, so we're looking for businesses doing at least 1 million in EBITDA. Like I said, paying 50 to 70% cash at closing. We're paying 3 to 5 times multiples of EBITDA, and of course the industry will determine that. What else you need to know? We're looking for higher margins. We're looking for owners to roll over at least 30 to 50%. Yeah, so like I said, we have 4 or 5 million in EBITDA under contract. We probably have 300 million in our pipeline of companies that we talk to, and we're just waiting to pick the best ones, because we don't want to pick just random ones. We want to pick the best ones with the idea to see if we can take it public on Nasdaq. That will be super, super exciting if we could do a bit of a case study. Easier said than done, of course, but you know, it's nothing hurts with talking about where you want to take things, and then really support and create more impact with our acquisitions.com community to allow them to do similar things like that as well and join our roll-ups or their own roll-ups. We're looking for great business owners, of course, right? So the owner, the management team, we want to make sure that they're good. Ideally, we want to find people that want to stay in the business and run it. We don't want people to run away, because I mean, in the end of the day, we want people, like, the best person to understand how to run the business is the person who's already running the business. It's going to be much easier to do that, especially in the first few deals versus just letting him go and finding someone else. At least that's what I prefer to do, at least in the first few deals. Yeah, so hopefully it opens your eyes to kind of like what we're working on right now. The idea, just to share another quick thing. So the idea is to, if you look at companies like LVMH, if you don't know them, they're basically the guys that hold like Louis Vuitton and whatnot. They basically have different brands. And the idea is that, and that's what we are doing as well, is that every brand will operate separately as is with their own brand name, but we'll create opportunities and almost like a mastermind for them to collaborate and engage and create opportunities for cross-selling and upsells. Because the last thing we want to do is to, like, my background is entrepreneurial. It's not investment banking and private equity, which is basically companies that are coming to businesses and many times try to run the business from an Excel sheet and try to destroy the culture and whatnot. It's the last thing we want to do. We want to make sure that the brands that are buying are just great brands with great people, with great employees that believe in what they're doing. And we want to sustain them as much as possible with just allowing them the option to collaborate with other great companies. And then each of them is an expert in what they're doing, could then integrate and collaborate and create better profitability for the overall holding company. That's basically what LVMH is doing. That's what we're going to do. And it's, you know, pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science. We're not reinventing the wheel. It's just following what's working. In the end of the day, it all comes down to bringing good people. I'd like to find just good people that believe in collaboration, that believe that giving is as valuable as receiving, and that understanding that being part of a group can be more valuable than just trying to do it all on your own. Hopefully it gave you an idea on kind of like the things we working on behind the scenes. I'd love to potentially work with you. If you are a business owner doing more than $1 million in EBITDA, let us know. If you want to buy a business that will make at least $1 million in EBITDA, reach out to us as well. That's it. Hopefully that was valuable for you. Let me know in the comments below what topics you want me to talk about when it comes to this roll-up or just in general, because I'm going to record some more videos, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.